Good morning, Beecher. Superintendent Gaham here. Hoping everybody had a really nice weekend. I know the weather's turning a little bit, but we're not getting the snow, so hopefully we continue to brave the cold. So I wanted to kind of send a follow-up video to our email conversation and phone conversation on Friday about the new guidance from the IDPH and the CDC. So if you don't know, Illinois Department of Health did choose to follow the guidelines from CDC, and the big changes in that are the 5-day quarantine is down from 10, as long as we can return students back here safely. So again, that quarantine is a minimum of 5 days, but on the 6th day, if you're symptom free or if your symptoms have greatly reduced and you're fever free for the last 24 hours, those positive cases and those close contacts can come back to school. So again, that's on that 6th day. So 5-day quarantine back on 6 days. That's the big change, the significant change in terms of school guidelines. Some of the other things when it comes to quarantining, close contacts, if you have the primary series and you're aged 5 to 17, do not have to quarantine. So again, that's ages 5 through 17. If you already have your primary series of shots done, you do not have to quarantine if you're considered a close contact. For adults who happen to be watching this and working in the schools, if you're 18 or older, and you're eligible for that booster shot, you do have to have that booster shot to be considered exempt from that quarantine. If you don't have it and you are eligible, you would have to be considered a close contact and quarantine. Adults who are taking their primary series of vaccinations, and again, when we say primary series, we mean the 2 from Pfizer, the 2 from Moderna, the 1 from Johnson & Johnson. If you're taking those initial shots, those are considered primary series, and you would be deemed as an exemption to the close contact quarantine. So that's kind of the small change they made to quarantining as well. So when you do come back to school after a positive case, your principals and your offices will work with you to make sure that you follow all the additional guidelines. That means socially distance when you're eating lunch, when your mask's off, otherwise your mask's always on. I want to reiterate to our families again, send your kid to school with a properly fitted mask. That mask needs to stay on their face at all time. It's a requirement that we have here. We've had it from the beginning of the year, so we want to make sure that we continue to follow that. I also want to talk to you guys about the vaccination clinic that the library is going to be hosting for us. We were able to get one into Beecher. So on Friday from 8 to 12, not Friday, I apologize, this Saturday from 8 to 12. That's on the 15th. So from 8 to 12 on Saturday, they are hosting a student/child vaccination clinic, and that's for students the age of 5 to 12. So they'll have the primary series for the ages of 5 to 12 this Saturday, and that'd be on Saturday morning from 8 to 12. I have sent out the link. It's on Facebook. It's on our website. It's also in your email. You need to fill out the registration form through that link, so when you get there on Saturday from 8 to 12, they have you registered and ready to go. There's also a consent form that you need to have filled out. That was included in the email. It's included on the Facebook. It's included on the website. And the library will have some printed out for you. If you're an adult or if you're someone over 12 and you're hoping to get a booster shot or a primary series, that's going to be on the 17th. That is Monday, and that's going to be from 2 to 7. So if you're ages 5 to 12 and you want to get those primary shots, primary series, you can fill out the registration link. That's going to be this Saturday. If you're 12 or older and you're looking for the primary series or you're looking for the booster shot, that's going to be on the 17th from 2 to 7. That information is going to be on the Beecher Library website. That's Beecher Library at beecherlibrary.org. And so I want to thank Jill for allowing us to set up camp in her library and bringing that into our community. So that's kind of the big news in terms of all the new guidance we have and the new opportunities. Lastly, it's a small thing, but don't forget this Wednesday is a 2 o'clock dismissal. It's the first one that we added to the second semester. So Wednesday there's one, and there's also one on the 27th. Other than that, continue to send your students to school if they're healthy. If they're sick, keep them home, call the nurses, and then follow those guidelines that we need. The one way we minimize the amount of students who are sick or have to quarantine is by making sure that we keep our sick students home, we get them tested, and then we keep our nurses in the loop of what's going on. So other than that, have yourselves a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves, and talk to you later.